guys, we're at Games 13. I'm sitting right now with the mastermind behind phenomenal titles such as Indigo Prophecy, which is also known as Fahrenheit, of course Heavy Rain, and the upcoming title Beyond Two Souls. So Kate, first of all, I'd like to welcome you to Dubai. Hopefully you're enjoying your stay and
Absolutely.
you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Ever since Beyond Two Souls was announced and the first trailer was shown, I was trying to keep myself not seeing it, just wanted to keep myself hyped to see the final product. But eventually, I gave up at a certain point and I had to watch it. So the first thing that comes to my mind is, how did you come up with Beyond Two Souls? I mean, how did Beyond Two Souls come out to life?
Well, this is an idea I had in mind. I always have tons of ideas in my mind, but usually in the last year of the previous project, one of the ideas I have in mind comes to completion in a way and seems to be ready to be written. And in the last year of Heavy Rain, I was starting to think really about what would be next. And this idea of this young woman who would have a link with a ghost was something that I found very interesting. And I started writing, so this is how everything started.
Most of the people who played Heavy Rain were exposed to highly emotional experience where each personal attitude, decisions and behavior affected the way the game evolved. So are we going to see this deeper experience in Beyond Two Souls, and up to which level?
You know, with Beyond, we didn't want to make a sequel to Heavy Rain in any way. We really wanted to try a different type of experience and try different ideas, both regarding narrative and gameplay. So there are many differences between the two games, and they have a lot in common. It's definitely a story-driven experience. It's really based on emotions and your personal involvement and emotional engagement in the game in a way. So this is really what the two games have in common. And also there are many ways you can play Beyond, as was the case for Heavy Rain. So there are
different approaches.
Different ways of playing scenes, different variables, different consequences to your action that will lead to different stories, that will lead to about 23 different endings. So this is really how the game was structured. But at the same time, it's a very different game in that sense that I think it's a stronger journey probably than Heavy Rain was. Yeah. And it's a more ambitious game. It's bigger. It's the story of a character through 15 years of her life, which was of course a massive challenge. And we will see how this character grows through the years and how she evolves and becomes who she is. So it's a completely different journey than Heavy Rain was, and I hope it's going to be even stronger and that people will enjoy it.
Now that the game is exclusive on PS3, so do you have the PS3's unique architecture at your disposal? You have a new engine and you have this performance capture, which is different than conventional motion capture. To what extent do you think these elements have helped in shaping Beyond Two Souls, and were they sufficient for you to come up with the final product as you intended it to be, or you've encountered certain kinds of technical restrictions, for example?
Well, each studio has its own way of approaching new projects. Sometimes studios develop a technology and then they try to figure out what kind of game they can make with it. At Quantic Dream, the way we work is really we start with a script and the experience we want to create, and then we develop the tech that goes with it. And it worked quite well for us so far, and in the case of Beyond, this is exactly what happened. I told my team, this is what I need. I'm going to need a better engine. I'm going to need performance capture. I will need more details in the intimate moments, so I need better characters and better animations. I need more emotion there, more details and nuances. At the same time, I will want more spectacular and epic scenes, bigger environments to explore, but still the same level of detail. So this is really what that were the specs that we gave ourselves at the start. And now the game is pretty much what I had in mind. It's what I really enjoy about it is how different each scene can be, and sometimes even within a scene, how the different moments change. Yes.
Now that you see you have a lot of hands in the Middle East supposedly want to localize the games such as Beyond Two Souls. What do you think the difficulties that might encounter you in localizing such a product?
Well, localizing in different languages is usually a decision that is made by the publisher. In our case, it's Sony. And this decision is usually based on the size of the market. So you need to think, okay, I'm going to sell enough units of this game so it's worth localizing it in a financial standpoint. And this is not about Sony. All publishers think exactly the same way. So it's just a matter of market size. And I know that Middle East is growing and growing and growing, so I think it's just a matter of time until all games are going to be localized, because it will make complete sense from a financial standpoint. And we'll be glad to do it, actually. Beyond will be translated in 23 languages, I think. So yeah, we'd love to make this localization work.
So you don't think there's certain types of restrictions that it's difficult to bring such a product to the Middle East?
Honestly, I don't think so. It's just a matter of market size. If there are enough gamers interested in the products, it will make complete sense to localize them, of course. No doubt.
How was your experience in dealing with Hollywood talents such as William Defoe?
It's been incredibly simple, and it's been simple all the way around. From the very first contact, send them the script with a copy of Heavy Rain, telling him why we thought he would be amazing in the role. We met very simply at his house, and we read the script together and talked about the role. It was simple to work with him on set because he was extremely respectful of the vision, and really he wanted to give his best for the project. This is really how he approached it. So yeah, it's been a dream from the first to the last seconds.
Mr. Cage, being a professional writer, there's always like a hidden moral, a hidden message within the writer's words, regardless was it intentional or unintentional. So what possibly can we learn from Jodie's journey or Jodie's experience as mortals or as human beings?
I can't really talk about it because that's one of the points of the games, and so I don't want to spoil it.
Of course, no,
I don't want to spoil it for
just
gamers.
keep it general.
I think it's the experience that provides Beyond is really to live the life of someone. And there are many moments in this life that hopefully will remember you some moments in your own life. And I know not everybody has a link with a ghost, but actually, even though there are moments that you will feel, oh, I was there, I did this thing, I felt the same way at some point in my life. And what is interesting is how the game is built. It truly gives you this recollection of moments, and at some point you really feel like you know a life, you lived a life. And that's really what I was looking for, and hope that people will enjoy that.
So what do you think of the impulse or the impact of Beyond Two Souls in the gaming industry?
I don't know, you can't tell. Actually, the game is not released yet, and maybe people will hate it and it will be a disaster. Who knows?
No, I don't think so. So many people loved Heavy Rain.
Oh,
and
right,
they're
right.
really thirsty for more. I'm being one of them, of course.
I know that, but at the same time, it's impossible to say what will be the impact of the game before the game's been released and before journalists worked and gamers have the game in their hands. We hope people will see Beyond as one of the strong titles on the PlayStation 3 cycle, one of the game on a technical point of view and visual point of view that will be amongst the most appealing. But we'll see. I mean, it's too early to talk about it.
So, as a
Should be your last question, man.
Yeah. As a hardcore gamer, sorry, quick question. Is Beyond Two Souls gonna be my game of the year?
I hope so. It's up to you to tell me. What I can tell you is that it's going to be very different from anything you've played so far. It's very different. It's not even a different game. It's a different experience. And so, yeah, I know there are many great games, and they are based usually on violent actions and on shooting and jumping and driving cars. This is not this kind of game. This is really an experience. But again, it's something very different from anything else, and I hope gamers will try it. There is the PSN demo coming up in the coming days or weeks. So everybody will have a sense of the game and see how it plays. Just keep in mind when you play the demo that every single scene in the game is different. So
It's different from the final one.
yes.
Well, thanks for everything, Mr. David.
Thank you.
It was with utmost pleasure to have this interview with
My
you.
pleasure.
Guys, the game is gonna be out 8th of next month, so make sure to pre-order the game to get it, to enjoy it as much as you can, because for sure it's gonna be a very phenomenal title. That's everything. See you guys later.